Hi everyone, this video series is part of the Beyond Knowledge video series, and I'm going to dedicate this series on this particular one on the Nile Valley civilization, or the ancient Kemetic civilization, specifically philosophies, religion, and the meaning behind many different symbols. In particular, we'll talk about the Ankh, as many people know of that particular symbol, what it really means, compared to general knowledge about that symbol. We are going to talk also about what is called the Eye of Horus, or the Eye of Ra, which have different meaning compared to what is often discussed in many different channels. Now, why am I sharing this information? There are many aspects of the ancient Kemetic civilization that is often misunderstood, primarily because the ancient civilization, that particular civilization, utilized a form of mystery schools, and those mystery schools were built on different principles of information dissemination, I should say, because there is a great deal of wisdom that they were quite aware of when it came to disseminating important information. That certain information are not meant to be shared with everyone, as some people may find destructive usage for them. So they have devised the idea of the mystery schools. In their mystery schools strategy of information dissemination and teaching and education, they had 36 levels of them, 36 levels, and each levels had a completely different set of information that were shared through certain symbolic characters and information structures that may not be available to certain levels of such mystery schools. The Ankh is one of those. It's a multi-layered information encoding built into a symbology. Same for the Eye of Horus and many other symbols. Some of that information dissemination and education structural architectural system came from civilizations that came before such civilization. So, from a chronological or continuity point of view, one can trace the Nile Valley civilization all the way as far back as the civilization that we call Atlantis, real name Astelan, which was destroyed. There was a second version of that civilization created in the continent we call Africa, which was a second iteration of Atlantis. And the Nile Valley civilization is a restoration period from a continuity point of view of the second Atlantis. Hence why some historians have discovered that some of the buildings in Upper and Lower Kemet were much newer compared to the carbon dating, that some of the building may have been constructed far in time, far back in time, compared to some of the civilizations, or the dynasties, I should say, that we know of ancient Kemet. So, what I want to share in this video, or the takeaway in this video, is to understand this particular fact, is that ancient Kemet is a continuation of Atlantis, the first Atlantis and the second Atlantis. And it is a restorative period as an attempt to reconstruct what was no more, meaning the second Atlantis. So, hence why the mystery schools were created, because of the great deal of the massiveness and the depth of information that was accumulated that could not be shared with any regular crowd. Unfortunately, part of the error in hiding such great deal of information was that a certain class of people were only allowed to have access. Therefore, when they died off, so went the information. So went the codification strategy and system that was built behind it. Because without such codification understanding, one cannot decipher the depth of the knowledge hidden behind the encoding of all those symbols and so on and so forth. So, this is what I wanted to share in this video. Kemetologists and Egyptologists have done a great work in uncovering and deciphering and making a great deal of information available. But without such knowledge of the mystery schools, the greater aspect of the information was lost. So in this video series, I'll try to provide some aspect of the knowledge of that mystery school, in a way that makes sense from our modern understanding of reality, science, biology, and so on and so forth. Because you will find that strategy and codification of knowledge throughout the greater part of Africa as well, nominally in different religious systems like Voodoo and the Yoruba religion and so on and so forth. Because as many will know, many African religions are not just religion. There is a great deal of encoding of mathematics, astrology, science, biology, and so on and so forth, encoded into one discipline. From an outside point of view, it is a religion, but it's not truly a religion. It is an encoding of many different things, disciplines, put together into one. That is deconstructed when you become part of the, I should say, what's the word I'm looking for? The society, for lack of a better term. So, thank you for watching this video. And be on the lookout for the next video where we start diving into ancient Kemetic or Nile Valley civilizations, philosophy, religion, and symbology. Take care and blessings. Bye-bye.